Hello YouTube. So today we're going to continue our OSPF series because the last time we configured everything and there was full connectivity amongst all these routers, except that ERGRP routes, okay, are not exchanged with the OSPF, okay, and at the same time also we have RIB routes here which are not exchanged with OSPF. And to demonstrate that, let's go to R10 again. I think we checked that last time. Let's go to R10. So we go to R10 here. You're going to see if I do show IP route, you're going to see only root routes. Okay. So we see only root routes, but we should be able to see all the routes of this network. Okay. So what is missing is that we have to do redistribution on router 9, and we also have to do redistribution on router 4 for ERGRP to SPF route to be exchanged. So let's start with router 9. We're going to start with router 9 because the reason we're doing router 9 is because it's the ASBR, okay, it's the autonomous system boundary router, okay, which means it's the router that connects an OSPF area with a non-OSPF area. Okay? So let me just pull out router 9 here. Okay, so router 9, we're going to do it two ways. So, uh, we want RIP routes into OSPF. We also want OSPF routes into RIP. Okay, so it's only be two ways. On router 9, I'm going to say configure terminal. The router. Let's do first. Let's do RIP into OSPF. Okay, then OSPF to RIP. So it's going to router OSPF process 1. Okay, and the command for that is redistribute. Okay, distribute by the question mark, so I can redistribute RIP. Okay, redistribute RIP, and then followed by subnets. Okay, so it's going to be RIP subnets. Okay, so that's the command. Okay, so we've done it one way. Now we have to do it the other way. So now I have to do router RIP. Okay, and I say redistribute. I'm going to say I'm going to redistribute OSPF process 1, and I'm going to specify the metric. Usually the RIP uses metric 1. Okay, so it's going to be metric 1. And so go out of there, save. And let's go back to R10 and see what we can get there. Okay, 10. Let's see what we're getting right now. R10. So I go to R10, do show IP route. See what we're getting R10. Okay. So now R10 we're getting a lot of routes. Okay. They're coming in as RIP routes, but in reality they're actually external routes, just simply redistributed from OSPF. Okay. So and the good thing is it comes with the default routers. You see, we even have a default route. So basically, we can from router 10 we can ping internet right now. Okay. So what's our star? Our star is condition default. Yeah, default route. So it comes to the default route, which means if I want to ping internet from router 10, simply just ping, let's say Cloudflare. Okay, that's pinging. So which means that's how we do redistribution. So now we're going to do something similar on router, something similar on router 4. Okay, so on router 4, let's bring our router 4. Before we bring our router 4, let me just pick router 8. Okay, if we go into router 8, okay, we do show IP route, so route, so we'll see what is we see before and after the distribution. So before we see only ERGRP route, okay, we're seeing just basically one route, okay. Look back interface route of router 4. That's what we're seeing here. So now we're going to do redistribution on router 4. We're going to bring our router 4. Okay. First, we're going to do redistribution. We're going to redistribute OSPF into ERGRP, then ERGRP into OSPF. Configure terminal. Say router. Router ERGRP 50. Okay. Because we're using router ERGRP 50. To show run router. Let's see, using ERGRP. Okay, router ERGRP 50. Okay, so it's router ERGRP 50, and so we're going to say redistribute OSPF process 1 and a metric redistribute to OSPF into ERGRP. The matrix has a lot of parameters, and usually by default we can take this parameter. Okay, it's just default. Okay, it really doesn't, but it has to have five coefficients, like you see here, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so enter. Now we've redistributed OSPF into ERGRP. Now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to redistribute ERGRP into OSPF. Okay, I'm going to say router OSPF1. Okay, say redistribute ERGRP ERGRP 50. Okay, question mark. Okay, so I could just do enter. Okay, if I just do enter, what's going to happen is that redistribution is going to take effect. Okay, and it's going to use the default metric for ERGRP. Okay, so I'm going to say enter, and go out of there, save. Okay, now that that's done, let me just save this again. Then let's go to router 8. Let's save download this one as well. Okay, the problem sometimes you think you saved, but you realize you didn't save anything. So let me go to router 8. On router 8, previously we saw only ERGRP route, right? We saw only one route, by the way. Now, if I do the same command, IP route, let's see what we can see right now. Now we can see a lot of routes. Okay, you can see a route coming from all our network. Okay, see we have a lot of routes, and also we have this default route. Okay, this is very important because it tells us that we can be able to reach internet from this from router 8. Okay, from our definition from the start, and also from the network diagram. Okay, so now we're here on router 8. We can now go right up to internet. Let's prove it. So let's come here on the ping. I do ping 8.8.8.8, which is actually Google DNS on the internet. Okay, so it's pinging. You can ping Cloudflare, or even ping 8.8.4.4. Okay, that one is also going, so which means we have connectivity to the internet. Okay, and more interesting is what kind of routes are we getting? We're getting external ERGRP routes, okay, which simply means redistributed routes, okay, from OSPF. Okay. So with that, we have a full mesh connectivity. We have a full mesh connectivity from any of these routers. We can ping internet sourcing from loopback or from anywhere. We can actually reach internet. So we have a full mesh, things working. Now the only thing that you might be asking yourself is there anything else we can do to limit the number of routes? Okay, is there anything else we can do to limit the number of routes? There is a possibility. Why? Because we see a default route. Okay, so since we see a default route, which means if we can limit this number of external routes, and we have the default route still there, which means we're still going to be able to reach these networks. Okay, so that's going to be the subject of our next video, where we can see how we can limit our routing table. Okay, we basically limit our routing table on router 8, on router 8, on router 8, router 9. No, not router 9. Router 8, we're going to put some loopback interface on router 6 as well. And we're going to see how we can limit our routing table. Just make things more, provide more details into how we can do it better. All right. So this is it for this video. I just wanted to make it not too long. So that's it for this video. At least we can have full connectivity right now. And so for the next video, we're going to focus on limiting the routing table. All right. So thanks for watching, and talk to you next time.